Lately, there's been a lot of talk about increasing penalties for youth crime, calls for curfews, crackdowns, and longer sentences. But today, I want to tell you about an alternative approach, one that wasn't developed in a government office, but in regional New South Wales, by a community that was determined to do things differently. It's called Yilaan Gaal Dhina, which means fresh footprints in the Gamilaraay language, and it was designed in Tamworth not only to reduce youth crime, but to give young people a real chance to turn their lives around, to become valued, contributing members of the community. Between August and November last year, the pilot program worked with 5 young people identified by police as high-risk offenders, young men who, by many measures, had already been written off. But instead of locking them up, the Tamworth Justice Collaborative brought together 14 agencies, police, community leaders, and most importantly, the young people themselves, to co-design a different kind of program. They listened to their stories of trauma, loss, and hardship. Many of these young men had formed their own families, tight-knit peer groups who looked out for each other because no one else did. And rather than try to break those bonds, the program built on them. These 5 young men were kept together, employed through the Bar ranges on country, and supported by a team of mentors and caseworkers. Each morning they did outdoor environmental work, mowing, weed management, seed collection, cultural burning, and contributed to the community by caring for elders' yards and supporting local events. Outside of work, they received wraparound support, health checks, cultural programs, birth certificates, MyGov accounts, tax file numbers, resumes, driver training, and job readiness skills. Everything that a young person needs to take that next step forward. The impact was profound. Over 16 weeks, police contact with the 5 participants dropped by between 55 and 77%. And even more remarkably, the offending of 20 of their close associates also declined by up to 39%. From 98 police incidents in the year before the program to just 8 incidents during the program's 4 months. 1 participant has since gained full-time employment, 2 have secured housing, 2 now have their learner's licenses, and all of them now have skills, qualifications, and self-belief. Their words say it best. I feel safe here. I got hope, getting up to get ready for work. Now I feel happy and strong because I have the chance to work and get some skills. I'm making a better person of myself. This is what success looks like, not just a drop in statistics, but a shift in identity, in self-worth, in future. And it didn't come with a price tag of $2,700 a day, the cost of youth detention in this state. The pilot ran on goodwill, in-kind support, and a community that refused to give up on its kids. A fully funded version of the program would cost $271 per day per participant, a tenth of the cost of detention, delivering better outcomes for less. Madam Deputy President, this is not about being soft on crime. It's about being smart on prevention. It's about giving young people a chance at a different future before the justice system defines the rest of their lives. Because here's the reality. Most of these kids have experienced complex trauma, identified in child protection systems by the age of 2 or 3. Many have grown up witnessing domestic violence, losing loved ones, or being failed by the very systems meant to protect them. What Yilaan Gaal Dhina does is stop the cycle before it becomes generational. One of the participants just had a baby. That child now has a better shot at a different life because of the choices their father is making today. I want to thank the Tamworth Local Aboriginal Land Council, particularly Joanne Steed, Fiona Snape, the CEO, and their extraordinary team. I want to acknowledge the New South Wales Police, Backtrack Youthworks, Tamworth Aboriginal Community Controlled Organisation, and the many community and government agencies who gave their time and heart to this pilot. And above all, I want to thank the young men who showed up, who stuck it out, who learned, worked, and began to believe they could be more than the worst thing they've ever done. Thank you.